guys, I'm Socks. So I'm at a friend's place today, and she said that she's not going to be uploading anything today because she's making something called a flip note, whatever that is. But anyway, I'm going to be reading a sockathan fanfiction. What the heck is sockathan? It sounds like a fusion between me and Jonathan, but oh, I see. Pairing. Pairing? Okay, we'll just see how this ends. New Kid made it obvious that he wanted to talk to Jonathan. If those secret glances at the bus stop were any indication, there is also the fact that even though they live in the same cul-de-sac, Jonathan could feel the new kid following him home, until they got near their houses where he'll pause for a moment before scampering off. This has been going on for nearly 2 months since the Wachowskis moved in. Jonathan has tried to ignore these little oddities and his new busmate, but eventually there came a point where he couldn't ignore the new kid. He thought Sock was his name anymore. Can I help you? Wait. Can I help you? Jonathan asked the next day after school. Jonathan's mother taught him manners as he pulled them out instead of asking rudely what Sock's problem was. Obviously, the brunette with his eccentric clothing wasn't prepared for him to comment. And Jonathan had to give him the reason since it's been going on for 2 months, and he's just now asking. The new kid blinked and stuttered, not able to articulate what he wanted to say, not expecting the blonde teen to have acknowledged him after so many weeks. Hi, I'm Sock, your new neighbor. Jonathan just blinked back at him, slowly nodding. Socks? That apparently was his name, or at least... That actually made no sense, but Jonathan didn't know that much about his neighbor to really understand why Sock would try for 2 months, trailing after him just to say hi. The kid's weird. I'm Jonathan. I know, Sock answered before he could help himself a bit and bit his lip to stop anything else from slipping. I heard your name at school. Okay, Jonathan replied, not sure what else to say. He'd rather be home eating a sandwich. He excused himself and went inside to eat. Sock stood watching before he dashed home, a small blush covering his face. Okay. Sock opened up more after that. He actually started talking while they both waited for the bus. Jonathan had mixed feelings about this. On the one hand, Sock wasn't sneaking peeks at him anymore, and started talking. But on the other hand, it was still too early in the day for him to have double-sided conversations. Regardless, I can't read today. Regardless that they really didn't share a lot of things in common, Jonathan had a good time around Sock. He made him laugh, especially when Sock's hat got knocked off his head. Don't look at me! And he saw his hair underneath. Yeah, I got a floof. They talked on the way home, but they always went to their own house. The way where they were latchkey kids, but after close to 3 weeks later, Jonathan invited Sock, and since they both had the same math class, just different periods and didn't really understand the homework. You understand number 10? Jonathan breathes out in frustration. What kind of evil problems was their math teacher assigning them? Sock exhaled loudly next to him on the couch. I was hoping you would understand that one. I got 16, 20, and 23, but I skipped 10. Jonathan groaned before burying his face in his hands. He stayed there for a minute before asking him about the other 3. Sock got that he couldn't wrap his mind around. Man, the grandma, this is terrible. I'm sorry. Even after 15 fruitless minutes, number 10 eluded them that Jonathan slammed his textbook closed and switched on the TV, completely done with math. Sock closed his book too and put it back in his bag. He was sick of the question as well, and just sat watching TV and tried to numb his brain from the headache that was math. I know the feeling. An hour later, Sock realized he should be getting home when Jonathan interrupted his train of thought, math talk. I mean, someone online is bound to know the answer, so I'll just put it up for someone to read it, Jonathan babbled when he noticed Sock wasn't paying attention. Sock, are you even listening to me? Those green eyes blinked up to him, the cloud leaving confirming Jonathan's assumption that he wasn't listening. I was telling you that I was thinking about posting the math question online and see if anyone can help. Don't you think we should at least try? Sock did not expect that. At all. 1 second he was talking about math, and the next he had Sock pressed up against him, kissing him? No, 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 don't get any ideas about it. No, no, no. Drop the phone. Let's just go on. Just like that, the pressure was gone, and he saw a purple, brown, blue blur run out of his living room and out of the house. That was actually funny. In the morning, Jonathan was standing alone, waiting for the bus, and it wasn't until it arrived that he saw Sock making a mad dash from his house to catch it. While Jonathan usually sat more in the back of the bus, Sock made his mission sit in the front. When they arrived at school, Sock jumped out and was one of the first to exit. While Jonathan got stuck in line trying to get out, Sock was smart. He knew Jonathan wouldn't like to talk to him about yesterday. He was apparently doing whatever he could to avoid that conversation. Sock did a good job, really good job avoiding Jonathan. Jonathan would have been impressed if he wasn't irritated in the fact that Sock kept escaping his grasp. Just when he thought he had a chance to talk to him, he managed to wiggle away and blend into the crowd. On the way home, Sock sat in front of the bus and pretty much jumped out of his seat before the bus stopped and ran toward his house before Jonathan could ambush him. Jonathan was tempted to knock in front of the door, but even he knew Sock wasn't going to answer and made his way home plotting how he was going to talk to the skittish teen. Took all day, but when Jonathan got off the bus after school, he was able to nab Sock before he made a run home. We need to talk. Those green eyes panicked before they accepted defeat. Sure. Where to? Your place? Jonathan suggested before Sock shook his head, explaining that his parents were going to be home soon. Jonathan had no way of knowing if that was a lie or not, so he just said his place then. Walking slowly up his front door, he unlocked it and let Sock go in first. Sock walked in like he was expecting a guillotine on the other side. It's not like me, but yeah. He swallowed the lump in his throat and took off his backpack as he heard Jonathan's bag hit the floor behind him. Turning around, he was about to apologize for what he did when he felt himself pushed against the wall. I don't like where this is going. And his face tilted up as he felt Jonathan's lips land on his. I had a feeling that's where this was going. Stunned by his action, it took Sock a few moments before he returned Jonathan's enthusiasm with his own. Sock's hands went to sink into soft blonde hair where he ran his... I'm trying not to imagine this. My hair with his fingers before gripping it and tilting Jonathan's head down to get better access as he lightly bit Jonathan's lower lip before running his tongue over and picking up the pattern of body in the... Oh boy. Sock knew he was affecting the other teen if the shudders and low... No. Okay, I'm sorry people, I can't finish this, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see what my friend's up to. Bye. Ooh.